Hey guys, and welcome back to the third race on the calendar of the My Team series. If you haven't already, go and check out the last two episodes at Australia and Bahrain. We were so close to getting points in Bahrain. Let's see if we can go ahead and get some points in China. China did used to be my favourite track. I haven't raced there in a while though, so we'll have to see. But anyway, let's get on to the activities. We have quite a lot of spare time. So we're going to do some sponsor advertisement. We have the invitational event breaks. We do have some spare days there as well. Durability equipment upgrade and the supplier HQ tour do look quite nice. R&D wise, we have 1,000. Durability we're not going to worry about at the moment. This is in development, so we have to wait for that to come through. Aerodynamics do have quite a lot of catching up to do, but I am going to go with the powertrain department. That should come in hopefully just before the Chinese Grand Prix. Let's advance, get some money in, as well as some more R&D.
You're not currently in a rivalry. Sooner or later,
That's not very
you'll
good.
probably be asked by the media who you consider to be your rival. Think carefully who you select. While you will receive acclaim for beating them, you'll lose acclaim if you fail to do so.
There's Carl telling us about the rivalry, which we're probably going to get into at the end of this episode. We're actually claim level 5. So this is huge now. I only just picked up on that going across. If we can get a top 12 during the race, I think that's a good thing to try and work towards. Yeah, we're gonna have play night then. There we go. Right, advancing. We do have an invitational event. This can get us 1,000 acclaim, which can be very helpful for leveling up. So we're gonna go ahead now and do the invitational event in Netherlands. Travel 7.8 kilometers. Okie dokie, let's try and complete this then. There we go, that is it. So for the invitational event, we have passed. So yeah, like I was saying, 1,000 acclaim and $150,000, even though it's not an American sport whatsoever. Right, let's continue advancing and
On the production line earlier this week, so the entire development package for this weekend has failed. Check your R&D screen to order any redevelopments.
everything's failed. Is this some sort of joke? I thought I was going to have these upgrades for the Chinese Grand Prix. Oh. As we come towards the end of our first flying lap, Lewis Hamilton sets a 1:31, going very quick in the Mercedes. But we keep going to try and improve on our time. Not going for 1:31 because that is well out of our reach. Activate the DRS just before we come across the line, and we do a 1:34.1, which puts us in 4th place, even though only 5 people have set a lap, so still a lot to change. So here we go, coming on to our second flying lap of Q1, but as you can see, the rain is coming down already, well too much earlier than expected. We're currently sitting in P14, so that is still good. If the rain is to carry on and not stop until the end of the session, as that should prevent cars from behind from improving times, but definitely not feeling the grip at the moment. We're down 3/10 in the first sector, and that could just be it for Q1. And as I come to the end of that lap, you can very clearly see we have gained absolutely no time whatsoever, and I go into the pits as we cannot gain any time. The rain is coming down even heavier, and that will be the end of Q1, and no changes will be made. So that is P14 for us, which should just about see us through into Q2. Right, going into Q2 now. It is raining, and it only looks like it's going to get heavier, so we're going to get out as quick as we can. So going on to our first flying lap, we've tried to get in behind Grosjean, try and get a little bit of a tow going down the long straight. Anyway, coming across the line for the end of our first flying lap, we've gone third. We're only the third person to set a lap. We did a 1:49. Leclerc on full wets has gone ahead of us. Something's not right there. Must be drying up, surely. Right, we're going to head out any second now. Ocon's out again, Kvyat's out again, Grosjean's out again. They're all coming. I'm going out now. Get me out. Come on, let's go. Go to track. Drive out. Let's go. I would definitely say I'm in the danger zone here, because I definitely think that I'm going to be hit out if I don't improve. The best qualifying we've got was a P15. I think we had a P15 twice. So an improvement on that would be quite nice. We did have a tow off Grosjean, so that could be why we're in the top 10 in the first place. While we're on this lap, I'm not going to check, but you might be able to see at the top left as the other people come across to set their second laps. I've already just seen I've been picked by someone, Science I think that was. But I'm not concentrating that much. I can see some sort of changing going on, but I'm more concentrating on myself here. We're down in last, and both the Ferraris are right dead in front of us as well. Right. Come on, we've got a second. Best is a 1:49. If we improve by a second, we will go in front of Albon. Vettel's gone fastest. It all comes down to this last couple of corners now. If I can get my car around the corners, I don't know how, but we've actually gained time from that. The track is drying up the further we go, and we come across the line to improve by almost 1.4 seconds. That has put us P5, and we have gotten into Q3 for the first time, and that is what you call leaving it late. We left it late. We took advantage of the track drying up, the track warming up, and we have gone and smashed that. And as you can see, I mean, Vettel got fastest by almost a tenth of a second on that last lap. You can really see how much it had dried up, and you can see Verstappen didn't go out for another lap, and them two in front got a second on him. And like you saw, I improved by a second as well. Leclerc is P16. That's not too good for Ferrari. Albon out. Lance Stroll, I don't even think he's ever made it into Q3. But for us, that is an unbelievable result. And we've actually got some dry tyres, if it is dry, for Q3, to be honest. We've gone P7 ahead of McLaren's, not too bad. Could definitely be better. But we need to get in very quickly, so we can chuck on a set of softs, possibly. I mean, it depends. If it's still raining, we'll chuck on the other set of inters. But if it's not, then we'll chuck on the softs. And hope for the best, to be honest. We are going to have a quick look at the weather. It's drying up in 5 minutes' time. I want to see what tyres people are on. Inters. Sainz is on softs. Right. Norris is on inters, though. So I'm pretty sure Sainz is the first person to come out, and he is on some softs. You know what? Let's risk it. Let's go. Ignore and go to track. It is actually dry. Okie dokie. Right. The grip, we still definitely haven't got the full grip levels, but this could be like last time. Oh my word, we really don't have the grip levels. But just like Q2, go and waiting a little bit longer just to get the best out of the other set of tyres, or even just for it to be dry. I mean, we're still on inters last time, but how much drier it was just within that like 1 minute. The 1 minute difference was unbelievable. Before the time ends, DRS has just been enabled, so this is absolutely fantastic for us. DRS has been enabled. Look at that. This is going to be great for our flying lap. Just think of what qualifying position we can get with this. Look how much time we've gained, and that's just off the line. I'm not going over aggressive because I don't want to spin and lose it. But yeah, going on to our final flying lap of qualifying. We've left it until the very, very last minute. As you can see, qualifying complete as we're still in the first sector. But it has dried up. We've gone purple in the first sector. DRS was enabled it was in the last sector of our outlap. This could quite possibly be, imagine if we get pole position, that would be unbelievable. Carlos Sainz has gone fastest on the softs. He's done a 1:41. We're improving by over 5 seconds already. This is unbelievable. He's done a 1:41. We're already on track to beat that. 2 purple sectors. This is going absolutely fantastic. Sorry, this is the 3rd race in the very first season of the My Team career mode. Have we actually done it? We've just gone 3 purple sectors. And we have pole position. We actually have pole position. I was about to go out on inters because everyone was in inters. I saw Sainz on the softs.
Qualifying finished. It's time
And
to
I changed
remind
it.
ourselves of our top 3. Taylor, Sainz, and Valtteri Bottas. Goodbye for now then, but we're really just getting started.
We have pole
Make sure to
position
join us
for the
again
Chinese
for
Grand
Lights
Prix.
Out tomorrow.
I'm lost for words, to be honest. I mean, we did a 1:37. I mean, that was all we needed. And we did 1:34 on softs earlier. But look at that, we've absolutely done everybody. I'm looking forward to the race. I don't know if this China's my favourite circuit. And yeah, my favourite circuit. Get some good luck. That was all because of the weather there. But yeah, if Sainz came out, like, I don't know, if Sainz came out another, like, 30 seconds later, I bet he would have got pole. I'm just putting it out there. There was no way, if Me v Science, there is no way I would have beaten him in that McLaren. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that well. I don't think I've ever seen anyone get pole position for their third race in on the very first season.
It's time to find out which driver is up to the task of claiming the Chinese Grand Prix. We're here in Shanghai. Shanghai International Circuit then, a 16-corner high-speed thrill ride. The long and ever-tightening right-hander at turns 1 and 2 tests a driver's patience, and the flat, open to the elements location, tests their skill in a crosswind. 2 DRS zones will assist passing, and overtaking is available into turn 1, and of course down the kilometre-long back straight into the hairpin at turn 14. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
There are 3 main things to worry about there, Crofty. Positioning, awareness and discipline. First, you have to put your car in a bit of space and make sure you have room to react to what the others are doing. Then you have to watch your mirrors and listen to the sounds around you to get a sense of where everyone is. And finally, just don't get too greedy. Just because a gap exists doesn't always mean you should go for it.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Taylor lines up on pole position, and talented Spaniard Carlos
Pole
Sainz
position,
completes
let's
the front
go.
row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Hamilton, Max Verstappen and Perez, Ricciardo, Vettel, Norris and Esteban Ocon, Stroll, Gasly, Daniel Kvyat and Albon, Grosjean, Leclerc, Kevin Magnussen and Kimi Raikkonen, Russell, Mazepin, Giovinazzi and Nicholas Latifi. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Let's push for a points finish. I will push for a points finish. If we don't get swamped at the start, we may create a massive drain behind us, but I reckon we can do it. Well, I'm going to keep it as it is. No, I'm just going to keep it on Minfield, to be honest. 31, yeah, that'll do. Right. Pole position, still, I've no idea how we managed to get this. But here we go for building up to 5 red lights for the Chinese Grand Prix. They're out and away we go. It's not a bad start whatsoever. It's actually a fantastic start. We keep the lead going into the first corner. Bottas has got Sainz, and Sainz is now in between the Mercedes in P3. Bottas and Sainz still battling out. Perez gets up into P4. Verstappen gets Hamilton as well into P5. Looks as if he's getting bogged down behind. He's going 3 wide. Coming out of turn 3 there. Very close behind us. There's a yellow flag behind us. It looks like they've all stopped and piled up on that corner. We all seem to be on the mediums. Both of the strategies did consist of people starting on the mediums. Going slightly slow around that corner to try and give us a bit of a break from Bottas behind. However, the pressure is still on us as, I mean, the car really isn't there. The longer we can hold on to this lead, the better. But as soon as someone overtakes us, they're going to be gone. So we need to hold on as best as we can. But we take the fastest lap, and we've managed to hold on to first place after the first lap. Hamilton has worked his way back up into P5 as Perez is no longer in the top 5. So Verstappen and Hamilton both would have gotten him. Perez is sitting in P6. Behind Perez there is 2 Renaults and a McLaren of Lando Norris. However, Bottas is coming around the outside very quickly and switchbacked us almost. Didn't even notice it until he'd got there. We get him. We keep our nose in front. and he's still coming down the inside, trying to squeeze him a bit. We left him just about enough room, but then we squeezed him out just enough without making contact, still while keeping the keepers behind. Jeff's still complaining about my MGU, whatever you call it, MGUK. Got an MGUH as well. He's coming up the inside. Did not even notice Bottas was there. Too busy trying to look at what Jeff was telling me about. There was a very slight bit of contact. However, I'm pretty sure we both came away damage free, which is good. Going to the inside trying to defend against Bottas. There's no room there. He's just absolutely pummeled into me. I mean, there might not have been anything he could do about that, but Sainz now looking to make a move on Bottas. They're all both actually coming at me so quickly. Sainz just about braked slightly late, so we couldn't get the double. However, coming out of that corner, we just about keep it in first place for another lap. But I can't keep doing this the whole race. There's, oh, look at that. The McLaren absolutely shooting past us there. We're going to try and hold it round the outside. It's going to do a switchback, but it's going that slow. We're still holding it around the outside. We braked late and got in front. He does have a better exit, but that does mean we hold on to first place, give him just enough room, and we've been done by both of them. And there is absolutely nothing I can do about that, although we find space down the inside. And we have gotten not only Sainz, but also Bottas back, as them two are now side by side. I mean, look on the mini-map, they're all bunched up. This is how slow my car is. Unbelievably, on lap 7, after the first sector, we're still leading the race. Not entirely sure how. I mean, it's just some, say, strengthy defending. Hamilton has now got Sainz. He is still neck and neck with him though, going down the straight. It'll be who comes out of the corner first. And as you can see there, Hamilton cleanly in front of Carlos Sainz. I realise we're still in lean mix going down the straight, and Bottas has got us. We move across to try and get any sort of slipstream we get off him. Dive down the inside, as Jeff says, get that place back to us. We have a tank slapper there. We get tapped. I do, as you saw, look behind me. Didn't purposefully hit him, but we did hit Hamilton. When I checked down, my arrows were still white, they weren't red, to signal that he was dangerously close where I could hit him. But that is where we lose our lead, and this could also be where Bottas wins the race. If Bottas doesn't win this race, that'll be because of some sort of problem he has. We need fuel. Might be able to pounce on us again. Bottas, 2.5 away already with under a lap. Just goes to show the pace of the cars. Verstappen coming down the inside. Try to move to block him, nothing much I can do. We've got down the inside of Hamilton. Pretty much stopped it there on the corner. We are coming into the pits this lap, however, so we've come in front of Hamilton, Perez, Verstappen. Pretty much most people are coming in now. Bottas, though, could well be running away with this. If everyone else, if the McLaren hurries up, oh, Hamilton's lucky enough, just quick enough to get out in front. However, that is holding up other cars such as Perez, and Ricciardo has jumped everyone. We come out just behind Giovinazzi, however, we can catch him on the inside, as I know they like to follow the racing line there when I don't on that first two corners there. We have our teammate ahead of us, who I assume will be coming into the pit at the end of this lap. And our fuel just keeps going further and further into negatives. And really isn't looking good for us. Hopefully we can get the DRS off Mazepin, off our teammate here as he comes into the pits. We do get the DRS and that should help us launch forward a little bit. You can really see the difference between us as teammates there. He did qualify in 20th though, as you saw, because of the weather doing its magnificent job. We did manage to get out. However, Bottas has disappeared. He's down outside of the top 5. He must have been held up very, very badly in the pits. Trying to exit, everyone else coming in though. He got held up terribly there. Just like Perez, Ricciardo got up into P3. And that means I still hold on to the lead just about in front of Hamilton. Unless something happens, like a crash or something behind us. There isn't much point in me fighting. Oh, however, I braked slightly late. Didn't get any damage off that, didn't mean to hit him. But we did accidentally brake a tad late. As he was in front of us, down there. He's going on our right, we force him wide, we've got someone coming down our left as well. That's the Red Bull of Verstappen. We just about keep our nose in front. And out of nowhere, Bottas has just come from P5. I'm pretty sure he did overtake Ricciardo earlier in the lap. But he's done a double on me and Verstappen. We give him a nice squeeze though. And he's come down the inside and shunted me. And trust me, I won't be afraid to shunt him back going into this first sector. Verstappen's now coming though down my inside. Bit of contact with him there. Almost lost it. And I couldn't quite dive down the inside of Bottas due to Verstappen, and that is on lap 22. Lap 22. This is the most defending I've ever had to do in a race. But try and do this. Imagine that. You're in a Williams car. We'll put the two Williams in pole position. Try and defend. Quite literally what it is, to be honest. I mean, yeah, of course, DRS train behind me. So there's been... Oh, Kimi Raikkonen is out of the session. I'm assuming he's had some sort of issue. Quickly have a look at that. Here is Raikkonen going slowly in the last sector. And he has pulled over to the side there by the stewards. Just looks like some sort of mechanical failure there. So that is the end of Raikkonen's race. However, our race is still going on. We're just about holding on to the podium position. Lewis Hamilton just showing off now, sets another fastest lap. Only a very small distance ahead of us, only around 27 seconds now. Yellow flags here, so this train behind us won't be able to overtake. While we go past Kimi Raikkonen, who is parked up there on the left. I mean, nothing's really happened apart from that DNF in the last 10 laps there. Actually, wait, no, 10 laps ago is when Hamilton overtook us. So in 10 laps, he's managed to forge 30 seconds over us. Just close to show how poor my car is. Been very peaceful for me. Verstappen and Ricciardo have been battling. I've been not looking where I'm going, just like that. Oh, that's not actually not good. That is not good. Oh, he's just outside the 1 second zone. Hamilton comes across the line to win the Chinese Grand Prix, and just as he likes to show off, Just under 33 seconds ahead, and he obviously goes and sets another fastest lap, because why wouldn't you? The lean mix race has paid off. We are barely in positive fuel. And our first ever points finish is none other than a podium. Started P1, we've defended and defended and defended and absolutely defended, and we have just gone and got ourselves a podium. Yeah, that is absolutely fantastic. Alexander Albon with driver of the day. Didn't really see him. I'm sure he did well.
After that one. A great race and a real team performance to take the win here in Shanghai. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection, a shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team. And
Mercedes get a 1-2. But let's be real. Who actually cares? We've got a podium. Look at that. The camera's not going to look at us because they quite clearly care about Mercedes winning, not like they've done it a million times before. But we have ourselves a podium. I mean, I think I have to thank Ricardo for most of that, to be perfectly honest with you.
So, let's review
Ricardo
the driver's
battled
stats.
with Verstappen the whole time.
Result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Now, let's discuss, Ants. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
It's an interesting one today. On balance, I think I have to call out Alexander Albon. A really solid drive from him today, and one that he and his team should be proud of.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from Red Bull this time out, and they improve their position in the championship. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
Latest excitement, that is definitely a way to put it. 15 whole points. I would just like to point it out, that is never happening. Okay, it might happen again, but it's extremely unless there's some sort of weather malfunction or whatever happened in qualifying, that will never happen again. Yeah, I've got a few warnings for my strengthy defending. That's unbelievable how we've just done that. Hamilton's more than double the points of Bottas away. He's won the championship, no one cares about that. Look at that, P9 in the driver's standings now. Sainz, we've got to P6 in that, that's dumb. Sainz, I mean, I don't know what happened to him, he was P2. He's not even top, he's 15th. That was quite dreadful from him. Nikita Mazepin only managed to stay the same place, even after a DNF. So let's just say he lost a position. He actually lost a position to Giovinazzi. But yeah, that was the Chinese Grand Prix. Still need to. Yeah, we got a podium. We actually just got a podium.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. It made it look easy. Everything went
The way she said easy.
It looked like you had a really good strategy for the race.
We had a great strategy. The team pulled out all the stops. They really did. Great car for managing tyre. Is it? It's not a great car, let's be real. I raced hard and got a podium finish. That's the honest one, to be honest. That okay. for that one, no go, claims affected by that quite
All
nicely.
expectations. What's your secret?
Secret, I'm the best driver on the track. Now we'll go for this one, good acclaim.
Do you
Get
have
our
any
acclaim
thoughts
levels
about
up.
collisions?
About the collisions, it was their fault. It wasn't deliberate, but the car wasn't nimble enough to avoid it. A lack of downforce, no. Where on my car? No. Inconsistent power. No. All of them. No. This is bad. This is going for This is attacking the durability. You may as well attack the durability, to be honest.
Great. Well, that's everything.
We're not doing any R&D upgrades for durability, so I don't really care about them. Well, yeah, I don't know. Apart from that, that was an eventful race, that's for sure. And I doubt we'll see another. We may see another podium at the end of the season, but that is definitely a shock result. Unless there's some sort of weather thing that happens, then I don't know. But apart from that, that was the Chinese Grand Prix. I do hope you've enjoyed. We have 3.3 million now. That's pretty good. Do hope you've enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for the Spanish Grand Prix. Remember to like and subscribe, share the video around. Thanks for watching, and peace.